Have you ever tried something that made you so nervous and afraid, and then afterwards you truly enjoyed it and looked forward to doing it again? Well, in today's read and repeat story English lesson, I am going to teach you a number of English phrases and vocabulary words, and I'm going to give you an opportunity to shadow me in today's lesson. So I hope you're ready for some learning and some laughter. And if you enjoy my style of teaching, be sure to use the playlist links for other teachings down in the description of today's lesson. Let's dive in, and I hope you're ready for some learning and some laughter. Mitch lingered on the platform's edge. His palms slick with nervous energy. Great. So notice Mitch lingered. So when something lingers or someone lingers, they hang around. Okay? You are waiting maybe for an explanation, or you're hesitating to do something. You're lingering around. So you might say, why is that dog lingering around my house? Okay, why is that dog hanging around, staying around? I have cats that linger around my yard because they know I will put out some food, okay? Now, a platform, notice Mitch lingered around on the platform. So a platform can be something that you're standing on. If this were the ground or this were a building on the ground, this would be a platform, letting us know that something is elevated or high in the air, okay? Slick palms. So when someone has slick palms, it describes a person as being nervous, apprehensive, or afraid of something. So let's find out what made Mitch nervous and afraid. The moment he stepped off, you repeat that. The moment he stepped off, the wind roared in his ears, and his scream of terror echoed through the trees. So here we find out that there was a platform in the trees, and Mitch stepped off. What was he doing? Was he jumping off the tree? Was he parachuting? Was he, what do they call it, paragliding? He was doing something, and I'm going to reveal it in just a few moments. But notice, Mitch had screams of terror. Okay, so he was yelling very loud. Ah! Just afraid, and I would be too. Let me do that again. Ah! Let's find out what was going on. His friends waiting below burst into laughter. At the dramatic sound of fear. Isn't that just like some friends to laugh at your pain? So as you can see, from my illustration here that Mitch is ziplining. And if you are afraid of heights, you would probably scream with terror also. A few weeks ago, I went to an amusement park with some kids that I mentor at church, and we were riding roller coasters. And it was so funny. They were so excited. And when we got on the ride, actually two different rides. One girl, she was not with our group. She wanted to get off and she held up the line. And we got on this ride. We were standing up, going around loops. It was fun. We had a good time. But the other ride, called the Mind Bender, the kid that I was riding with, I was making him nervous. I was like, "Oh, it's loops. It goes fast." And he had never rode it before. He was so nervous. He was scared. And so we went up the hill and we came down the hill and he was screaming, and next thing I know, he fainted. He was, ah, ah. And then he woke up and started screaming again. It was so funny. So this story kind of reminds me of my experience. Sometimes your biggest critics and the ones who make the most fun of you are your friends, as is the case with Mitch. Though his body shook with nervousness, the ride gave him a sudden rush of exhilaration. Exhilaration. Say that. Exhilaration. So when someone has exhilaration, they find pleasure. It's a thrill. It's something that arouses them. Okay. So he found exhilaration, even though he started out ziplining nervously. Now he has found excitement and pleasure in what he's doing. Isn't that how life should be? You try new things and you think you're going to react one way, but after your experience, you react another way. Life can be such an adventure. By the time he landed, Mitch's fear had already begun to transform into excitement. Now, something I used to do often on my lessons, can you notice the compound words in this sentence? So a compound word is simply two words in one. Okay, let's look. Can you find the compound word? Transform could be considered a compound word, but not really. So in this sentence, let's check the next sentence. He felt a powerful surge of energy, unlike anything he had experienced before. Unlike anything he had experienced before. A powerful surge. So he was moved by what he experienced, a surge of energy. He was moved by what he felt. His friends teased him. So when someone teases you, they make fun of you about his screams. But Mitch wore his embarrassment with surprising pride. He wore his embarrassment. So he took ownership of it. He didn't deny that he was afraid, that he was nervous, that he was screaming like a girl. He did not rebut or argue with his friends. He owned it. Okay. He wore his embarrassment as a badge of honor or pride. Okay. Last sentence. From that day forward, he became an adrenaline junkie. Adrenaline junkie. Always chasing the next thrilling adventure. Always chasing the next thrilling adventure. So, adrenaline is a chemical, excuse me, a chemical that our body releases when we experience fear or excitement. And an adrenaline junkie is someone who loves that feeling, that dopamine, that adrenaline that runs through their body when they experience some type of excitement or fear. They love it. And so they chase that feeling. We call that an adrenaline junkie. So people that chase, hurricanes and tornadoes, or people like you see on social media that always go across the country or the world riding roller coasters. They love the adrenaline that their body feels. Okay. Now let's see if there's a compound word in this last sentence. I don't see one. Became. Became is a compound word. Two words in one. Okay. Transform is not a compound word, but became is. Okay. Let's read through this story again without stopping. Now that we have read through it slowly and we have a better understanding of key vocabulary words, let's read through at a faster pace without stopping. Mitch lingered on the platform's edge, his palms slick with nervous energy. The moment he stepped off, the wind roared in his ears, and his scream of terror echoed through the trees. His friends waiting below burst into laughter at the dramatic sound of his fear. Though his body shook with nervousness, the ride gave him a sudden rush of exhilaration. By the time he landed, Mitch's fear had already begun to transform into excitement. He felt a powerful surge of energy unlike anything he had experienced before. His friends teased him about his screams, but Mitch wore his embarrassment with surprising pride. From that day forward, he became an adrenaline junkie, always chasing the next thrilling adventure. So, if you notice, I stumbled on some of the words in this story. And when you're speaking English, sometimes you stumble, but you pick up where you messed up and you continue to move forward. It's nothing to be embarrassed about. It's nothing to be ashamed about. It happens sometimes, and that's a part of life. Sometimes you make mistakes, but you just keep moving forward, okay? So I hope you have enjoyed today's English lesson. If you have, be sure to share it with a friend to help strengthen their English comprehension, vocabulary, and fluency. And let me remind you, if you enjoyed today's lesson, check out my playlist down in the description of today's lesson. And I had my wife on my most recent episode of Improved English Podcast. That's episode number 24. So I hope you guys check that out. I hope you're enjoying the lessons. And as always, feel free to drop me a message down in the comments section. I like to respond to all of the comments that you guys leave. And I hope you join me on my next English lesson. I'll see you then.